No one walking in the streets, gold statues everywhere, white cars only in the capital, buildings built in the shape of boats, books, and globes, and mysterious gas craters. No, this is not a dystopia. This is Turkmenistan. In reality, there is so much to see if you go beyond these mere curiosities that make this country worth visiting. Hi, this is Hamada, and welcome to Final 50, where I travel to the last 50 countries on Earth. And on this journey, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes, given how difficult it can be to navigate Turkmenistan. So I'm going to show you the key travel tips, the 2 facts and the fiction, the 5 curiosities, and everything you need to know to maximize your time in this country and on a budget. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more content just like this, and make sure to wait till the end so you can see the full vlog of my experience in Turkmenistan. Okay, let's get started with the travel tips. And let me tell you, we have a bunch, so get ready. First, the visa. I'll start with the harder part first. For years, it was nearly impossible to get into Turkmenistan, but with a change of leadership, it slowly has become easier. The first step is to work with a travel agency. Trying to navigate this on your own is not wise. Now, I connected with Murad, who runs an agency in the country, and through him, I applied for the letter of invitation. I sent him a copy of my passport, a picture, and the relevant fees. And about 2 weeks later, he secured the visa for me through the country's state immigration service. And when I arrived in Ashgabat, the capital of the country, I paid for the visa and got a COVID test, and bam, I was in. So again, make sure for this country you get the support you need from someone who's on the ground and understands how to secure a visa for you. Now, in terms of flights, there are several airlines that fly into Ashgabat, including Emirates, Fly Dubai, China Southern Airlines, Turkish Airlines, and of course the national carrier Turkmenistan Airlines. I personally flew directly from Istanbul to Ashgabat on an overnight flight that wasn't horribly priced. And let me tell you, when you get to the airport, you are gonna be blown away. The building is literally shaped like a falcon. I mean, for real a falcon, and inside is simply surreal. Now, in terms of accommodations, since my tour package included accommodations, I didn't have to arrange anything on my own. That said, my accommodations on this trip were super eclectic. In fact, you're gonna laugh. I only slept in a hotel for the first few hours when I arrived. After that, I slept on a train, in a tent, in a guest house, and of course in a yurt in the desert. Was it tiring? Of course. But was it worth it? Hell yes. It gave me access to parts of the country and on a level of immersion that you just won't get if you're trying to stay only in hotels. So in terms of food, like most places in Central Asia, it is delicious. Nothing really surprised me though, since I've already traveled throughout the region and it's somewhat familiar to me. Polov, that rice dish with lamb, carrots, onions, and spices. Dograma, that flatbread with shredded lamb, onions served with a hot broth. And chikdirimi, which is that fried lamb with vegetables. I'm not a huge fan of lamb, but it's still very, very good quality.
Oh yeah, barbecue in the desert.
We often ate homemade food though, since we were on the go, but I also tried fish from the Caspian Sea. And in the capital, you'll also find plenty of other options like Turkish, Chinese, and other neighboring cuisines. Now, in terms of a guide, I highly recommend getting a tour guide to make all of this possible. And I say that as someone who normally prefers to go it alone. But here, that's not recommended. And honestly, I don't even think it's possible to roam around the country without a guide. Now, my guide was Timur or Tim.
All right, I'm here with my boy Tim, who's going to be our tour guide over the next couple of days.
He was incredible and went above and beyond to show me a side of the country that most people never see. Since I only had 5 days, it was critical to maximize every minute, and he helped me do that. And you'll see for yourself in the full vlog of the trip. I'll leave his contact details in the description so you can reach out to him and he can plan an incredible trip just for you. In terms of getting around, since I was on a tour package, we had a driver and a 4x4 to get around the country. In the capital, capital, you can use cabs without a problem, but outside of Ashgabat, I'd again recommend a guide with a driver so you don't have to worry about getting lost or having any issues there. And in terms of safety, the country felt very safe. I didn't witness or hear of much crime at all. And in terms of cost, well, that wasn't bad, but there's a hack. The official exchange rate is 3.5 manat to the dollar, but at that rate, everything is crazy expensive. So through my guide, I was able to get a much more favorable rate, which made the trip more reasonable. So definitely ask your guide about preferred currency conversion so that you can really maximize every part of your trip in terms of costs. And finally, connectivity. Now, I really don't usually include this in my behind-the-scenes travel tips, but for Turkmenistan, it was critical. Be prepared to go off the grid. I'm literally boarding a flight. It's like 1:15 a.m. heading into Ashgabat, and I'm trying to download some work before I board because I'm finding out that there's no social media out there. Messaging apps to social media basically don't work here, and getting mobile data as a tourist is super tough. There are a few cafes that have internet with VPNs, which are lifesavers, and sometimes you can hotspot from your guide to check emails. What you have to do though is download a certain VPN and check with your guide which ones you should download, because oftentimes even that doesn't work in the country. Otherwise, be prepared to go off the grid and offline. Honestly though, it was a relief just for those few days. Okay, now it's time for the 2 facts and a fiction. Number 1, the Darvaza gas crater was created by a nuclear test gone wrong. Number 2, there was an earthquake that destroyed 90% of the capital and killed 2/3 of its population. And number 3, there is a national holiday for celebrating melons in the country. So wait till the end to find out which one of those are the facts and which one is the fiction. Okay, here are my 5 crazy curiosities of Turkmenistan. Look, I hate to perpetuate the stereotypes, but I have to say this list could be very, very long. That said, in the spirit of keeping things honest and hoping that this will in fact encourage you to explore the country, here are my top 5. Only white, gold, and silver cars are allowed in the capital. While other colors do exist in the country, you need to leave those outside and take a taxi or bus into Ashgabat. The reason is the government likes the aesthetics of the colors, but more importantly, white symbolizes peace, purity, and prosperity, and it ties also with its main exports of cotton and white carpets with traditional nomadic patterns. Oh, and they don't like dirty cars to enter the capital, so apparently there are quite a few car washes on the outskirts of the city. Number 2, white marble clad buildings. Nearly every new building, and some of the old ones, are clad in white marble. Again, likely because of how much reverence is given to the color white. And thanks to the profits from the country's massive gas reserves, they can afford it. In fact, Ashgabat holds the world record for the most marble buildings in a single city at over 540. Number 3, if the country loves something, they celebrate it in marble and gold. The Alabai or Turkmen wolfhound and the Akila Tiki horses, which are one of the oldest horse breeds in the world, are truly beloved here, so you'll see statues of them everywhere. And like I said, even the airport were designed in the shape of a massive falcon, because falcons are very much admired in Turkmenistan. Number 4, over 70% of the country is made up of the Karakum Desert, which adds to the mysterious aura of Turkmenistan and connects back to the nomadic life of the people over thousands of years. And number 5, according to its constitution, Turkmenistan is permanently neutral and takes immense pride in this, to the point that it celebrates Neutrality Day every year and even added olive branches to the flag. Yes, I know I said 5, but this list can go on and on, so here's a bonus. When I was in Ashgabat, I saw a trail lit up on the mountains surrounding the capital, and when I asked him, what is that? He told me it's an over 20-mile trail carved into the mountains, and that the former president, Niyazov, expected civil servants to walk it at least once a year to stay in shape. I want to share with you my favorite highlights of the trip. Okay, so for some reason, Ashgabat just doesn't get old. There is so much to see and explore here in the capital. From the unique buildings, for example, each ministry is styled in the shape of its function. A globe for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a book for the Ministry of Education, and so on. to the memorials that you see in almost every roundabout, right? The people and the government are incredibly proud of their heritage, and it's on full display throughout the country, especially the capital. So I loved exploring it while I was there. So we were very, very lucky to be able to stay with a hospitable family up in the Nakor village in the mountains. While we were there, we learned about the work ethic of the people, saw their mysterious traditions, especially in their cemetery, and we were able to taste their food, which was absolutely delicious. It was just such a nice experience to kind of really explore another side of Turkmenistan. Now, another really cool experience in Turkmenistan was the Darvaza gas crater. And this is not special only because it's a gas crater that's been burning for 50 years, which is already pretty crazy, but because of its location in the middle of nowhere. And when I got there and saw the gas crater, I just kind of kept walking around this mysterious place for over an hour, staring at the fire and taking in the surroundings. And then that night we stayed at a yurt very close to the gas crater, which was also such a surreal and beautiful experience because it was in the desert. Okay, I'm gonna do something I usually do not do, but I really have to do it for Turkmenistan. I'm gonna do both the 5 crazy curiosities and the 5 don'ts of the country. So here we go. Okay, now for the all-popular 5 don'ts. Number 1, don't take pictures of government buildings. Poor Tim kept stopping me from getting in trouble when I was going nuts filming and taking pictures all over Ashgabat. Number 2, don't expect to freely access social media or messaging apps. Like I said before, even with VPN, I was having difficulties. Just tell your family that you're going to go off the grid for a while. Let's see how they handle that. Number 3, do not use a drone. There are super strict rules about this, and unless you have a license granted from the government, you're going to get in big trouble. Number 4, don't engage in public displays of affection. This is a conservative Muslim nation steeped in traditions, so PDA is frowned upon and would be seen as disrespectful in society. And number 5, do not jaywalk in the capital. There is police presence everywhere and strict rules for safety and really just rules in general. So crossing the street at crosswalks is extremely important, especially at large boulevards in front of government buildings. Oh, and you knew I had to throw a bonus in there, and this one seems pretty obvious. Do not try to climb into the gas crater at Darvaza. Not only is this highly illegal, but it's very dangerous because of the toxicity and the fires there. The only person who did this was a Canadian venture in 2014, and that is it. So I have to say the moment for me was really visiting Yangikala Canyon, which is in the northwest of the country, and it's just surreal. It kind of looks like some of those canyons you see in Central Asia, like in Kyrgyzstan, and even in America, like the Grand Canyon. Absolutely phenomenal. And for like 100 miles, you didn't see anyone or anything except the nature around you and the birds flying over you. It was just so beautiful. Kind of took you back to feeling so relaxed and at ease. I call these kind of inflection points a moment in time. And I have these a lot on trips, and it just allows you to kind of be so grateful for what you've got, the privilege of travel and being at one with your surroundings. Absolutely amazing. And I really, really recommend that you visit the canyon when you go to Turkmenistan. All right, now let me give you the answers to the 2 facts and the fiction. Yes, there was an earthquake in 1948 that literally leveled the capital and killed 2/3 of the population, including the siblings and the mother of the former president Niyazov. And yes, there is a holiday that honors the muskmelon, which is very much part of Turkmen cuisine and a fruit that's often consumed by the locals, and it's absolutely delicious. And so they have a national holiday just for that occasion. But no, the Darvaza gas crater was not a nuclear accident. Soil here is very loose, it breaks very easily. And so there's cavities all over the place. So what happened was when they were drilling for gas, everything just exploded. The Russian scientists were drilling in the desert trying to find gas, and the ground gave way. The heavy equipment fell through a sinkhole, and gas was starting to get emitted so that they would stop the toxicity of the gas. They lit it up thinking it was going to burn out in a couple of days, and in fact, it's been burning for 50 years. Oops. Well, if you found this video helpful and entertaining, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you have any questions or comments, need any clarifications, please post in the comments below. We'd love to create an exchange with you so that we can really enjoy our travel experience. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you on my next journey.